Hey guys, how's it going here? This is Luke Gagnon from Road to Pro Tour. I'm going to be doing some series of videos here for Drafting 101. And this is the very first installment, and this is just the basics. So don't be like, well, I'm a pro, why do I need to know this? Well, then don't watch this video. This is not for you. This is for people that want to get better. And I'm going to get into the advanced stuff, going all the way up to pro later on. But starting first here, the basics. When you go to the store of your choice, this weekend I'm going to Conspiracy Comics to do drafting. When you go to the store, if you've never drafted before or don't even have a DCI number, which is something you need for tournament play, go in there, say, I'm new, can I sign up? Takes 2 seconds. You sign up on the little form, it costs nothing, and then you have to get into the draft. And they want you to purchase 3 booster packs, and they usually give them to you like at a discounted rate of like $10 or $11, depending on where you live. I think it's like $10 for me here. And then all you do is, after you're signed up, they wait until there's at least 8 people, and then they start the draft. Now once you're at the draft table, they're going to give you a section to sit at. They're going to give you like a number 1 through 8, and they're going to say, okay, you're number 8, so you're going to sit in the 8th position. They do this so that friends aren't like sitting next to each other and all that junk, because they don't want people like cheating, and it kind of splits everybody up, so that way you're not sitting beside like 2 professional guys, and it makes it really hard for you to draft. It makes it just more fair for everybody when they do this. And I'll get more into that advanced stuff later. Left, right here, what you're going to do is you're going to select 1 card, and then you're going to put the rest of the cards from the pack down and pass it to the person to your left. In the first booster pack, you're going to pass to your left. The second, you're going to pass to your right. And the third, you're going to pass to your left again. Removing tokens. Every pack that you get, if the very first pack you open, or the second pack, third pack, whatever, the very first pick you do, there's going to be a bunch of there's going to be like 1 token, a foil, a land, just like instructional cards, stuff like that. You want to take the land out, you want to take the instructional cards or any of the tokens, and just put them in the middle of the table. Now don't worry, it doesn't mean that those are not your cards. A lot of places just let you keep them, so you can put them down like beside you. If you're new and you need those tokens, they won't have a problem with that. So card selection, the next thing is you want to, obviously you want to pick cards that are going to go towards the deck that you're going to build. You're trying to build a 40 card deck here, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. I have videos that show you an Innistrad, which is the newest set, which is what everybody is drafting right now. If you want to check those out in my thing, just subscribe to me, and I have a lot of those videos, so you can check out which cards you should be drafting and everything like that. And alright, deck building. Now your deck needs to be at least 40 cards minimum. Now what that means is you can go 41, 42, 43, 44, but just a general tip for you, 40 is what you want to have your deck at. And the reason for that is because you want to have only good cards in your deck, obviously. That's what drafting is all about. It's about picking the best cards for your deck. So, and then also here, where did the land go? Well, the land, don't freak out. When you get there, they usually, well not usually, probably 99% of the time, any store you go to, they're going to supply lands for you. Land is not expensive, it's very cheap. I think a lot of suppliers purchase land for like, I think they pay like 5 cents and they get like 1,000 land or something. It's ridiculous. Like it really costs nothing for land. Just go up to the tournament director and say, hey, where's the land at? And they'll go show you. It's not very hard. Maybe it's one of the friends that are there with you, and all that. A couple tips when deck building. I'm going to get into some more advanced stuff later on, but you don't want to put like too many like instants and sorceries in your deck. Obviously removal cards are really good, cards that say like destroy creature or return creature to your hand or counter target spell. Those cards are good, but they're only good in moderation. Well, removal is just really good in general. If you get like a lot of removal cards, then yeah, you want to play them, but you still need to have a basis to your deck. You want to have a lot of creatures. Most decks are 40 card decks. Well, not most. That's the way you should play, and that's the way I'm going to teach you to play. You're going to play with 40 cards. Most of the time you're going to have about 24 creatures slash just spells in general, and then you're going to have about 16 to 17 lands, So sometimes you do 23 and 17, sometimes you do 24 and 17. Really depends on the amount of colors you play and all that, and we'll get more advanced into that in the next video. Tournament play. Alright, so the way it works is, for tournament play, there's an 8-player draft, and some people are going to say more. You can really do more. Actually, some places, they'll do like a Friday Night Magic, where they'll have like more than 8 people draft, and they'll have like 15, 16, 17 people, and they'll do more rounds, and it's still single elimination. And some of them don't even do single elimination. Sometimes you can lose and you can just keep going, which is interesting. But typically most drafts you get into are going to be 8-player drafts. That's just the way that it goes. But in some situations, like I said, you're going to find more people to draft with. Single elimination, all that means is if you lose, you're out. That's just how it goes, because there's not a lot of games going on. It's the quickest way to determine whose deck is the best, which player is the best, such and so forth. And the way it goes right there, as you can see, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. All that means is that when you win, you move on. When you win, you move on, and the last game you win the tournament. So let's say there's 8 people. In the first set of games, there's going to be 4 games, and there's going to be like 4 1-versus-1 games. And then the winners of those, obviously there's going to be 4 winners. So there's 4 people left in the tournament. Then there's going to be 2 games after that. And it's going to be the people that are all 1-0 are going to go against each other. And then in the final, there's going to be just a final 1-versus-1, and whoever wins that wins. Now for first and second prizes, the way that a lot of people do it is that a lot of people like to split the prizes, because a lot of people, like, say you go to a store, and the way that a store does it by my house is you get $24 store credit for first place and $12 store credit for second place. Now if you add those two numbers together, that gives you 36, and the half of 36 is 18. So sometimes when people face off in the finals, a friendly thing to do is to split. And what that means is to split up 18. I get 18, you get $18 store credit. You can buy booster packs of that. You can do whatever you want with that. But that's all that means. And as far as that goes, sometimes I'll split. It really depends on who I'm playing with. If I play with friends, I'll split. If I'm not playing with friends and I'm more competitive, I usually will just go straight for the gut, because I know my deck's the best and I know that I'm the best player there. But if this is just for you, then it's just fun. Also, it's important to remember that if you do split, then usually what they're going to do is you're still going to play for points. And what that means is, because nobody loses points anymore, you're going to play a friendly game. Well, not a friendly game, you're obviously playing for points, but you're going to play a game versus each other. You've already split the prizes, but you're still going to play against each other to see who gets the 3 points or 9 points or whatever you're playing, whatever location you're playing at. But that's all that is. Well, thanks guys, and this is the end of part 1. Check out part 2. Remember to subscribe, comment, favorite, like, all that stuff. I need all the support that I can get. I'm trying to make these videos shorter and shorter and shorter as they go, but there's just so much information that just it's full in my head from playing this game for so long that I want to let everybody know all the information. But if you can subscribe and everything, that's awesome. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.